Good afternoon, respected sir. Today, this is me Hitat Pandey, a scholar of class ninth, and I am here to present my project work which is based on the topic Galileo Galilei and Sir Isaac Newton. So starting my project with the great scientist Galileo Galilei. Galileo de Vincenzo Buonalti de Galilei was born on 15th of Feb 1564 at Pisa in Duchy of Florence. He was an Italian astronomer, physicist, and engineer. He was also called the father of observational astronomy, father of scientific method, and father of modern science. He had studied at the University of Pisa. He is well known for his analytical dynamics, kinematics, observational astronomy, and heliocentrism. He was a unique mathematician. He was sent to the University of Pisa to study medicine. There he found his interest in mathematics and started pursuing mathematics without telling anything about it to his parents. He was influenced by Pythagoras, Archimedes, and other popular Greek mathematicians. He was now totally in the field of mathematics. He started to teach as a professor in the University of Pisa, but then he went to the University of Padua. Now, let us talk about the works of Galileo Galilei. During his whole life, he did different inventions of objects and theories, starting with properties of pendulum and hydrostatic balances, invention of the thermoscope and different military compasses. He was a great astronomer and had a great contribution in astronomy. He had confirmed the phases of Venus and had found the four largest satellites of Jupiter. Now let me explain you all the points, starting from the invention of thermoscope, which is also known as the Galilean thermoscope. The Galilean thermoscope was invented by Galileo Galilei in 1593. It is a device which is used to show the change in the temperature of different types of liquids or solids. Now, let me explain you the phases of Venus. The planet Venus has its phases which are also seen from the earth, but only Galileo Galilei was the first person who found and observed the phases of Venus in 1610. He proved that the phases of Venus are also present like that of the moon which are seen from earth. Now moving towards his another discovery, which is the four largest moons of Jupiter. He had found the four largest moons of Jupiter. He was the first man to find any celestial body moving around any other celestial body except moon and earth. It was a very big discovery for Galileo and the whole world. Now, moving towards the next one, which is the properties of pendulum. These properties are helpful to us even in nowadays. The properties of pendulum was first studied by Galileo in around 1602. He also found different well-known properties of the pendulum which are used by us nowadays. This great scientist died on 8 Jan 1642 due to very high fever. Now moving towards the next great scientist, Sir Isaac Newton. He was born on 4 Jan 1643 at Lincolnshire in England. He was a great scientist while he did not excel in school but still got admission in the Trinity College in Cambridge. He wanted to study law. His mother refused to pay for his education, so he worked as a servant. There, he became interested in mathematics. He found different theories in his lifetime. He was an English mathematician, physicist, astronomer, theologian, and an author who is well known scientist all over the world. He is also said to be a key figure in the scientific revolution. Now let us talk about his contribution and his works for the society. He published a book in 1687 from where he laid the foundation of classical mechanics. He also introduced the laws of motion during the plague years while he was studying at Cambridge. He proved Kepler's law of planetary motion right. He built the first practical reflecting telescope. He also gave the laws of universal gravitation. Now let me tell you or explain you the works which were done by Newton. So starting with the foundation of classical mechanics. The foundation of classical mechanics was first kept by Sir Isaac Newton in 1678 when he published his book Principia. The classical mechanic is now well known all over the world. Now moving towards his most popular theory, Newton's three laws of motion. Now let me tell you the three laws of motion. First law, every body will remain at rest or at uniform motion till then an external force acts on it. Second, a body will have an acceleration proportional to the acting force and inversely to the mass of the body. And the third and the last one, that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction in this universe. Now moving towards his one of the greatest invention, which is of the reflecting telescope. The reflecting telescope was first made by Isaac Newton in the 17th century, which was used as an alternative to the refracting telescope. This refracting telescope was mostly used in the times of Galileo Galilei. Now, moving towards his another theory, which is that every object in this universe has gravity present in itself, and every object in this universe attracts other object. This theory was also known as the universal theory of gravitation, which was founded by Sir Isaac Newton. This was all about Newton. These works were done by the great scientist Isaac Newton, which are helpful to us till now. At last, I want to say that while these great scientists have died, they will remain in our mind for years and years. Thank you.